To begin, we are going to open up Inkscape. You should already have watched the download video if you do not have it on your laptop. We're going to go to File and we're going to go to Open. Hopefully you have a copy of your monster that has either been scanned or you've taken a photograph of it. And press Open. Make sure that it is in bed and all of those are fine, and press OK. Maximize your screen again, and there is your monster design opened up in Inkscape. So here I have it. The view is on custom selected, just in case yours is a bit weird. We're just going to go to view, make sure custom is selected, and then go back and choose zoom 1:1. Awesome. Next, we're going to go to edit objects. It's on here somewhere. Edit objects. Here it is here. And we are going to take down the opacity of our monster. Yours might look different, but mine looks like this. So I'm going to just take it down, make sure I have my picture selected. And I'm going to take it down to, sorry, I'm pressing up. I'm going to say 50. It's if you type it in. So 50 is not too bad. Awesome. Once we've done that, we are only going to be focusing on two particular tools along here. And mostly it's going to be the Bezier pen tool that draws curves and straight lines. And we're only going to be focusing also on edit paths by nodes. So they're the two options and tools we're only going to be using at the moment so far. To begin, you are going to just outline your monster only. So we are going to go to the draw Bezier curves and straight lines. Okay, and just making sure that you have the same settings as me. So go to mode and make sure you have this third one along chosen called create B-spline path. Please have that one chosen because then it's a lot easier to have smooth edges that are curved. Also with your shape, just have none selected, please. Okay, and up the top here, I just have enable snapping, snap nodes, paths, and handles. And I have selected this one here to also be turned on, which is snap smooth nodes. Okay, so now I'm just going to outline my monster only first. Make sure everything is outlined before we even think about adding in color. So as you can see with, hold on, I should actually zoom in first. It's a lot easier if you are zooming in. So with this one, it's nice and smooth and it kind of follows along where it thinks you want to go. So it's a lot easier to, as you can see, like when I curve it there, it actually curves. It's a lot easier to get those nice smooth outlines and curves instead of using if you are on the wrong setting. So as you can see, I'm just pressing where I want it to create an anchor point. Okay, so one click per point. Okay, as you can see, I'm not clicking right now and it's following along my mouse, but you would click and it puts an anchor point and then you close your shapes. If you want to add color, you have to close your shapes. Okay, so there it is there. All nice and done. It actually looks pretty good from the get-go, but I'll just show you how to edit your paths. Okay, if you wanted to slightly move things a little bit in, it's actually good to zoom in for this one as well. And you can slightly bend some of your anchor points around if you'd like. It's not quite sitting on the line. You can actually adjust it just by clicking and you're kind of pulling it along. Okay, and then you would place it, hold it down your mouse until it is in place and just let go and it'll stay where you want it to. So if I wanted to kind of make it a bit more thinner, a bit more of a horn shape at the end, I can do so. But I might bring that back in a little there. All right, so that is looking pretty good. I might just make that a little more circular and bring that in a little bit more so it's curved. And then when you're happy with it, yeah, that's not too bad. A little bit bendy there, but that's pretty good. And once that's happened, you can continue on with the whole rest of the outline of your, it's actually better to zoom in because clicking in exactly where you want it to click. Okay, and then going along. Then you're going to do the rest of your monster, just outlining your whole area. Like so. And press enter when you have, and then I'll put the line there for you. Cool, so now we're going to do the rest of our monster. Make sure to have the Bezier pen mode set to the B-spline path and use the edit path by nodes to adjust the lines. I would suggest clicking on the outside of all your lines when you are the accuracy, and I would use multiple anchor points. Make sure you're closing all your gaps, otherwise colors can't be contained to that area when you're using the paint bucket tool and you'll end up coloring in your whole page. So make sure all those gaps are closed. Zooming in really helps, so make sure you're doing this. Put shapes around those areas that should have tone or shading as well. This adds a bit more realism. The arrow tool can also help you make some shapes larger or smaller. Whenever you change a color in your drawing, so say you've changed color from a pink to, or a brown to a tan, outline this shape as a new shape so it can be colored in a different color. Make sure your cup-like shape is evident at the top, so design must be hollow, and just, yeah, keep outlining those tones. So now you're going to use the arrow tool. Now that it's all outlined, use the arrow tool to then move your background drawing from behind, and you can just delete that, okay? Make sure you have a copy of that saved as a reference for when you're coloring in, but just delete that background now that it's all outlined and just check that it looks all good. And then you are going to go over to the right-hand side and it says export PNG image, and just choose the green arrow to say export. And now it's all ready for coloring in. So now it's all exported, so watch the next video on adding color to our monster.